What's going on, Aries? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for the week of September 18th to the 24th, 2023. So in this reading, Aries, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy for the upcoming week. We're going to take a look at some things you do not see coming. We're also going to get some advice from your angels and spirit guides for you, and so much more regarding the 18th to the 24th of September 2023 Aries. But before we begin this reading, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me, Aries, as we go through this reading, and I really do appreciate you in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading happens to resonate with you, Aries, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here, Aries. So without further ado, I am going to pull the energy for you, and we'll see what wants to come through for this upcoming week, Aries. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Aries. Let's see what we have going on here for you, Aries. Wow. Oh, Lord. Okay, Aries, before we get into the tarot, let's go ahead and start this reading off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards for you. This is going to be some messages from the universe for you about this upcoming week. And the first one is the word wants to be written. The word wants to be written here, Aries. And this is something about seeing creativity as a very natural process. Also, there's something about you perceiving yourself simply as a receiver of creative ideas rather than a generator of one. Aries, it's important to remember that your brain is just a transmitter and receiver of energy. And it could be viewed as sad that this is the reality, but some of the best creative ideas are not like, people take ownership of creative ideas because they're the one who thought of it, so to speak. But really, ideas are floating around in the ether, and they're just waiting for someone to be receptive and open to actually doing it. So what I'm getting very strongly for you, the word wants to be written. There's some sort of creative activity that you are meant to start doing, but if you don't start doing it, the universe is just going to wait and try to get another person to do it, try to get another person to receive it. And there's also something, so almost like having this attitude of like not taking ownership for your creative ideas and just understanding that you're just like receiving it. Almost like if you look at like the author, like J.K. Rowling, who wrote Harry Potter, do you really think she just like creatively came up with that? No, she's pulling from some sort of dimension where that whole thing exists. Believe it or not, many people don't believe it, it's whatever. The most important thing though, the practical part of this, Aries, is definitely not waiting for inspiration in order to create some sort of creative process. The word wants to be written. This is a message to you that inspiration comes as a byproduct of showing up. You know what I mean? Sometimes I don't feel inspired when I first start doing a tarot reading, but by the time I'm in the middle of it, like just wait for this reading, the inspiration comes from an act, and it's like almost like when you're in the act of doing, it's like the act of writing, whatever it is you want to do, then the creative ideas start coming when you already started. Because Aries is like a match. If you were to equate Aries to something, it's like the first match, right? Like Leo is the sustained fire, and then Sagittarius is the wild fire. But you're the spark, and so a lot of times like you don't spark things if you don't feel sparky. But I'm telling you, there's something here about creativity. You may not feel inspired initially, but as long as you can show up, the creativity will come. And to give you a clear example of that with the tarot, I don't always feel inspired to start these tarot readings, but I force myself to show up because I know then the spirits are going to be like, oh yes, we can transmit these things to a receiver. So you need to hear that in some sort of way. Also, it's just like, take like the autistic mystic, for example. You could, from a certain perspective, I could be like, I came up with that creative idea and I'm so creative because I came up with it. No, I just receive, and it's a little bit different because it is my identity. This one's a little bit different. Maybe it's a crappy example, but yeah, I just received something. Perhaps if I didn't act on the autistic mystic, if I didn't create that brand, someone else would. It would just wait, but I'm the one who took it. So I feel like there's a great opportunity for you. And like, this is something I could even apply to myself because I'm really thinking, have you ever seen the show like Survivor? I'm thinking about some sort of, creating some sort of show that revolves around zodiac signs. So like doing Survivor, but it's like fire signs versus water signs versus air signs versus earth signs, or doing some sort of bachelor thing where I have like 12 different zodiac sign girls and I'm like the bachelor. I'm joking, maybe I'm not. The reason I'm giving you these ideas as well is because not one of you is going to do anything with it. If you steal my idea and I see a zodiac sign show or a zodiac bachelor, I will congratulate you, but it's not going to happen because not one of you is going to do nothing about it. And that's what the universe is trying to say. You're not doing nothing about this. So I don't know what that is, but it is what it is. There's also something here about pain in your interpersonal relationships from the 18th to the 24th that's driving you into some sort of, once again, word wants to be written, some sort of making, like, people don't understand. The more pain you have in your life, the worse things are going in the outside world, the more inspiration you have to create art, to create something. Like, no one wants to hear a boring success story, but like the best songs, the best anything are created from pain. So like because there is a lot of pain for you this week, Aries, I'm not going to lie. Whatever's going on, just remember that you're supposed to use this for motivation for some sort of thing that wants to be written or spoken or done, okay? Now you also have the frequency of inner trust, and this is a card that shows you can count on yourself at this time. Like, you know what you're doing. If I could translate the frequency of this card to you for the 18th to the 24th, like, you know what you're doing. Inner trust here, Aries. No one can really say what you're meant to do, but you have to trust yourself above anyone else because only you can do what you know you need to do. So inner trust, like, you know what you're doing, okay? Just remember that. And also, in order to remember that you know what you're doing, remember that no one knows what they're doing. Everyone's just pretending like they know what they're doing. From a certain perspective, people are experts in certain things. Like, I certainly know what I'm doing with tarot, but in general, everyone's trying to figure it out. So, I don't know, inner trust. And then you also have the Sacred Fool. The Sacred Fool, Aries. Wow, I could say so much about this, but this is a message for you. And this is a message definitely that if anyone calls you if anyone calls you stupid, if anyone calls you autistic, that's how you know you're moving in the right direction. For real. Because whenever the Sacred Fool comes out, it's about embracing the fact that people will misunderstand you, and it's about letting your light shine in a very sacred way that you almost know people will not have a good response to it, but you're meant to do it anyway. This is also about embracing your strangeness and bringing it into social functions, because everyone knows in every sort of like court, back in the day, in the aristocratic societies or in the medieval times, every king had a jester. And it wasn't always maybe like a jester, but there was always one person that was always invited to everything because they're just funny and they just like have this crazy energy that's like unfiltered. So unfiltered Aries is definitely needed this week. I do think the unfiltered Aries is gonna get you in trouble, but for some reason it's like needed. And not like the lower manifestation of Aries, but the Sacred Fool is a different thing. So once again, if anyone calls you with dotted, that's how you know you're moving in the right direction. How you did? So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the tarot. Your opportunity this week, Aries, is the Page of Wands. And no matter what's going on, you really want to not lose sight of the fun. Even if your life is a mess, even if something is happening that's very messy, because it seems like it is very messy for you for the 18th to the 24th, do not lose sight of fun. And do not lose the sight of the fact that when one door closes, another one opens, and whatever is happening to your personal life this week, because it might get very weird for a lot of you, it's fun. You're learning about human nature. You're learning about dynamics. This is only what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. What you do not prefer makes you smarter, as long as you can learn from it. So, and this is also with the word wants to be written, taking that first step. Like the Page of Wands is good at taking the first step. It's not the knight, it's not the queen, it's not the king, it's not the emperor, it's not the empress, it's the page. So your opportunity is to be in some sort of youthful energy and being willing to start something even if you feel like you don't know what you're doing, because you'll know what you're doing once you start it, okay? Like, because there is this thing about, like, a lot of you are waiting for the perfect time to start something, and to be honest, it's like you're never going to really feel ready. I've been getting a million astrology readings from, like, the best astrologers that I can find, because I was trying to get information, like, to help me in my personal life. And literally, this is the most Aries thing that I'll ever probably say, but all the readings have already done is let me know that, like, I'm already ready to start doing astrology readings, because I've paid a lot of money to get readings from, like, and I have to say, some of the astrologers, if you're listening to this, you probably won't be, you're amazing. Like a few of them are great. I've paid a lot of money to a lot of astrologers, and a lot of them just completely wasted my time and money, which only showed me that I'm ready. If I wanted to do astrology readings right now, guarantee you it would help you more than, like, at least 60-70% of astrologers here. My Aries is showing. I'm sorry, and maybe that's a scapegoat. It's not Aries. I'm just a crazy person. So with that, okay, so Page of Wands opportunity. Your challenge is the Four of Swords, and so with the Four of Swords being your challenge, it's gonna be hectic. Whatever's going on, I just get the feeling it's hectic. It's a little bit energy draining. It's taxing. Work on your time out for yourself. Try to take time out for yourself here, Aries. This is your challenge, and your challenge may be to be, like, independent in general. There is this thing of you trying to maybe force it with people this week. I do, and it might end bad. Like, there is this energy in your life of trying to force a shoe that doesn't fit, perhaps. And some of you need to wait it out, because there is going to be, like, prevalence through a difficult interpersonal situation. But no matter how you cut this is taking time out for yourself, relaxing. It's very hard for you to take time out for yourself and be alone, because I just feel like you're surrounded, even if you're not physically surrounded by people, energetically you are. So you need to take time out for yourself, okay? Now here's where it gets interesting, right? Like, I don't really know what this is, Aries, but in some sort of way it's very bad. And once again, within every adversity lies the seed of an equivalent advantage. Whatever's happening for you, you are meant to turn salt into sugar. You're meant to transmute this, become the alchemist, never allow external circumstances to govern your inner state, Aries, because there is always a hidden benefit to every quote-unquote negative situation, because there's a higher order to negative and positive. What we perceive as negative can often be the best thing that ever happens to us. What we perceive as positive can actually halt our expansion. So with that being said, your overall general energy is the Four of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, and also the Two of Swords. And you know what's, like, the worst part about this? It's not even spiritual. Like, the fact that these are not major arcana cards tells me that you'll be dealing with an experience that has to do with someone turning down love, has to do with someone being on the outside of material abundance. Whether this is you or someone that you're dealing with, some of you are going to finally be done with someone based on their lack of money. I have to say this, for some of you who have been in a relationship with someone for a long time, and they've been telling you that they have all these financial plans, you may choose to finally walk away from someone who is in a lack mentality. This can really be what it is, you disconnecting from someone, and it's like a hard no. I don't know what happens, but it's like, this is like lack of love, not really taking the bait. This is being on the outside, poverty, like very bad, temporary financial difficulty, but can also just represent a mindset. And this is saying no, rejection, denial. So I do feel like you're dealing with a very tricky situation. Someone around you, there could be an issue that they're denying, and then that causes you to lose interest. I do feel that. Like, you're dealing with someone who is blind to their own shadow. And you can clearly see it, and I don't think you like it anymore. And so I don't really get that you're the one being rejected. I feel like you're going to be doing the rejecting for the 18th to the 24th, Aries. So yeah, I feel like you're done with someone's games. You're not putting it up. And it's just not spiritual at all. Someone could be coming to you like, Aries, but we have a soul contract. Aries, but we have a soul contract. And you're just like, I don't care about the soul contract. You are horrible. A modern day Marvel, but terrible, better, horrible. So it's just horrible. It's just horrible, horrible, horrible. But once again, don't be too quick to judge these things, because I feel like the universe is readjusting you because things are out of order. And when it comes to what you don't see coming, you have the Death card, the Two of Cups, and you also have the Six of Pentacles. Something that's not even, it could, once again, I do feel for a lot of you this has to do with money. This is either like someone, I don't know. For some of you, someone, if they're really rich, they could be rejecting you because you don't have enough money, but I'm getting, you don't like how someone's treating finances and it's getting in the way of love. I just get like an uneven give and exchange leads to an ending in love. And so I wouldn't be surprised if there's some sort of either threatening of a breakup, because I don't really see any Ten of Swords here. I see the Death card, but I see transformation. A lot of you will be dealing with a very difficult situation in love that doesn't completely end, but you're almost there. But for some reason, there's a feeling of perseverance, even though it's not perfect. And like, that's the mistake I think people make, is like thinking that relationships are just going to be perfect. And if it's not perfect, then get out. There is something here about working through something with someone to even it out. And I can see that it's happening here, Aries, but it's dicey. It's not really clear to me whether this is going to go through or not. If I was being honest, I feel like you're in a situation that's hanging by a thread. This situation is hanging by a thread. It's not very clear to me which timeline is going to manifest, so I'll give you help with it, but it's just like, when it comes to your advice, you have the Knight of Cups, the Three of Swords, and you have the Ace of Pentacles here, Aries. And on the one hand, I do feel like the universe is telling you that there's something that's very incompatible in love, and so you're meant to move in a new direction, and that's for your highest good. But I just get the feeling that some of you want to give someone the benefit of the doubt. Even if it's not perfect, you're going to give them the benefit of the doubt, even if it hurts you. And this is either coming from the perspective of the Sacred Fool type energy, where you're just going to keep letting someone hurt you, but you're teaching them a lesson or something. And I do feel like whatever pain you're experiencing in love, right, because this has to do with love, this has to do with pain, you're meant to transmute it and to bring it into the physical world in the form of some sort of new form. Wow. But yeah, with the word wants to be written, something wants to be sparked. This is a new beginning in the physical world, Aries, in your advice. So there is something here about you making a lot of business moves. I do feel like you're around someone who's hurting your... Okay, you're around someone who you're growing. I don't know if this is romantic or what. It's like you're growing alongside someone and it's very difficult, but you want to give them the benefit of the doubt, but it just keeps getting harder and harder to do. It's almost like, and some of you don't though. Some of you here, for whatever reason, like you're just completely done with this individual. You'll know who you are. Hold on. All right. Let's go ahead and see why the Page of Wands is here in your opportunity for the 18th to the 24th. Why is the Page of Wands here in your opportunity, Aries? The Page of Wands is clarified by the Three of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and also the Five of Cups. Yeah, this is really using your willpower in order to work on something based on your pain. It's the same message that I keep getting. The word wants to be written, Aries, and there's some sort of thing in your personal life that makes it easy for you to be like, okay, we're actually going to do this work. Three of Pentacles has to do with learning a skill or really putting into practice some sort of Ace of Pentacles frequency, like really showing up. Remember how I gave you the whole rant about all you got to do is show up, Aries. Don't wait for the inspiration, just show up, because your inspiration is going to come from your pain and perhaps someone being cold, emotional, because you do have that Four of Cups. That's someone not taking emotional love, denying emotional love. And so it seems like the coldness of reality is going to spark you into some sort of adventure when it comes to the physical world. So this could be a project, making more money, or just doing something that you really feel like planting a seed for the future in the physical, in the form of a hobby, project, business, something like that. But it's not, you're not going to have the motivation to do it though, is what I'm trying to say. It's going to be very easy for you this week to be like, oh my God, this sucks. Like, you have to show up then the inspiration will come. Whatever you want to do, like you want to be an artist, have the painting, start throwing colors. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what it is for you, but it's something around that, okay? You're welcome. And then, so let's go ahead and see what the Four of Cups is here. I do feel like some of you are dealing with a third party situation that's blocking your current love situation. Why is the Four of Cups here in your overall general energy? I feel like also you want security with someone who can't provide it to you. Or roles could be reversed for some of you. Why is the Four of Cups here for Aries? Ow, what the fuck? I really just got like a pain in my side. That's weird. Ow, yeah, wow. The Four of Cups is clarified by the Nine of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and also the Six of Swords here. So a lot of you, if you've been dealing with a man that has been saying, oh, baby Aries, we're going to make this money. Like, just give me some more time. Give me some more time. You really might be dealing with an absolute door box. You might be dealing with a door box that is trying to, something around manipulation with money. I feel like it's different things for different Aries. Some of you, you're dealing with like basically someone who literally can't provide for you, who's trying to say that they can, but they can't. Others of you, it's just some sort of stressful situation around money that's somehow love is connected to it though, right? That's your overall, and so there's a major problem around this, Aries. This could be you, some of you are going to be getting an opportunity here that hurts the person that you're in a love situation with. A new opportunity comes your way to make money, and it hurts but I'm telling you, the first message that I get here, Aries, is definitely there could be a little bit of a breakup. For those of you that have been with someone for a long time, I feel like this week you could take a break. You know, you could say we need to stop talking for now. But for others of you, this is going to be really like a breakup with someone who's just not holding their end of the deal. Like this, and what you don't see coming, the Death card, the Two of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, you ending or transforming it. But if you're going to transform it, you're going to go through a hell of a lot of pain. And I think some of you are ready for that. I can take it. You know, some of you are saying that. But it's just like, yeah, definitely issues over this, Aries. Let's see why the Death card is here and what you don't see coming. What's transforming in your love life? Because like for some reason, like the Death isn't coming to me as like 10 of Swords. It's more of like a spiritual transformative energy. So why is the Death card here and what you don't see coming? Trying to work all this information. Yeah, someone, it's like the ideal reality is not matching up with what's currently happening. You have the Empress, the Nine of Wands, and also the Three of Swords here. I feel like someone has self-worth issues that's getting in the way of your love life or being able to grow financially with this individual. Someone has big self-worth issues, Aries, for sure. Low self-esteem. And this is what needs to be transformed within the relationship. So make sure that it's not you, because for some of you, it might be. I don't really sense that I feel like it's another person's energy. It's almost like you're waiting for someone to transform, but like the longer you wait and the longer it doesn't happen, the longer you just keep getting hurt. And this is for the 18th to the 24th. So maybe for some of you, this has to do with a business partner, you know, something like that. But I really feel like it's love for you. So it's very very difficult energy, Aries. Let's see why the Two of Cups is here in the centerpiece to your reading, because this is going to tell us more about your love situation. Why is the Two of Cups here in this reading? Two of Swords. What? Yeah, and I'm telling you, someone's not open to love. I feel like it's you. I mean, there's just a complete shutting out. There's a complete shutting down of emotions, and money is somehow tied to it. And if it's not money, it's the physical realm, like someone low self-worth issues. There also could be an unexpected pregnancy that gets in the way of things. Obviously not for a lot of you, but for some of you, there is something here with pregnancy issues. Have to say that. The Two of Cups is clarified by the Justice card, the Seven of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the Magician. You want this to work so bad. I get that it's you, or someone wants this, maybe it's not you, someone wants this to work so bad, and they're willing to transform, they're willing to fight to the end for it, right? It's almost like someone's saying all the right things, they could even be doing the right things, and then all of a sudden it's just like the universe is saying no. So if you're trying to force something over and over and over again and it's not working, maybe that's for a deeper reason, Aries. Maybe you need to move in a different direction. But I feel like someone is stubborn. There's a stubborn love. It's like, against all odds, we will make this work. Against all odds, we will make this work. And that's like beautiful. But I just don't know, like, I don't know if you're staying with this because you're genuinely wanting to see someone transform, or you're in a scarcity mentality and you're just trying to hold on to something because you don't want to be alone, because your challenge is the Four of Wands, I mean the Four of Swords, so you can't be alone or something. So maybe look at that. But let's go ahead and see why the why is the Three of Swords here? Or no, why is the Knight of Cups here in your advice? Why is the Knight of Cups here in your advice? Remember what I said before about the advice. Rewind it if you have to, because you don't want to forget that. They're Ace of Cups. Two of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. Yeah, this is not over. This is something that is up in the air. The advice is to not have a complete ending, Aries. Let it be up in the air, and let's see if someone can back up what they're talking. The Knight of Cups is clarified by the Ace of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles. You're being called to be in a state of not knowing, trying to make, like, invest your emotions, try to make things balance out here. But for some of you that are just done, you're going to know you're done. It's better to move on to something new. But for a lot of you, this is a reading about perseverance, growing together through difficult times. And but for some of you, you really want to make sure that this isn't just happening because you've never been single in like a long time. If you've never been single in a long time and you're trying to force something, well, maybe look at that. But I don't know, Aries. This is what I got for you. I hope this helped you. I'll talk to you next time.